The Nissan Kicks looks to be about the same size as the Nissan Leaf, but the Kicks runs on gasoline and the Leaf is electric. The SAE J1772 chargers that Volta uses are not nearly as fast as the ones that I use at EVgo. However, they do have the advantage of being free. So even if you have to take a little longer charging, can't beat free. These Volta EV charging stations are free, but they use the Type 2 connector here, and it does not charge as fast as the EVgo, but you also do not have to pay for it. So the sign does not appear to be working, but it made a beep. And it is charging. You can tell from the light. The ergonomics of the Nissan Leaf are actually very good. The display here has a map, and then of course controls for music. It will link to your phone, all the basic things that most cars have nowadays, but the layout of the system is actually very simple. It even shows you where the charging stations are so that you can get another charge. Furthermore, the instrument panel gives you all the pertinent information in terms of your direction, your how much charge you have instead of a fuel gauge, how far you can go, and all your controls for your E-pedal right here to turn it off, turn it on, eco mode, and the shifter to move into reverse or drive. As you can see, reverse is forward, drive is rear. It's actually a very good layout. You also have all your basic controls on the steering wheel. Most cars do nowadays, but the way this one is set up is very easy. And see, if we need a charge, it shows us exactly where the charging stations are. going down a hill like I'm doing right now, I have to turn it off so that I can just take my foot off the accelerator and let gravity pull me down the hill. If I had the E-pedal on, the car would slow down to regenerate the battery. And it won't let me just use gravity to pull the car down the hill. I can use the E-pedal to slow the car down. This car slows down to a complete stop purely on the power of the regenerative braking, which can actually bring me to a stop before I want it to. Now I have the E-pedal back on, so when the light turns green, I can go, and the E-pedal will take care of everything. It really is a very impressive system. They've done a very good job of engineering, but you need to have this E-pedal on-off switch right where you can get at it easily, and they do. Now I'm coming to another red light. I take my foot off the accelerator. The E-pedal slows the car down to a complete stop, and it is slowing me down too soon. It actually works too well, so I have to give it a little more accelerator, and we're stopped, and the car is holding at a complete stop without me ever touching the brake pedal. Very impressive system. Now that I'm going again, 12 hours of charging only brought it from 42 to 60%. 12 hours of charging only brought it from 42% to 60%. So this is my first time at a Tesla supercharger. Let's see if I can figure this out. I have been at this Tesla supercharger for only a few minutes, and I have already seen the battery increase very quickly. This works so much better than the overnight charging with the standard electrical outlet. If you own a Tesla, I guess this is how you have to do it. already, in a matter of under 15 minutes, got as much charge as I got in 12 hours out of the wall outlet. These superchargers absolutely are the way to go. If it takes this long to charge an electric car using a standard electrical outlet, then it is not practical to recharge a car overnight off of a wall outlet, unless you use very little charge during the day. It took 18% of a charge to go a distance of about 36 miles from Spring to Friendswood. So that works out to about 200 miles of range on the car. It has a much longer charge window if you use a free charger, like the Volta here. EV charging has arrived, and it is free and you get what you pay for because it is not as fast. The charge on here has gone up to 84% without any charging on my part. I have not plugged it in since the last one, and it was 80 when I unplugged it. So, something settled in the battery, not sure. All you have to do to start a Tesla is put your key down and hit the brake pedal, and the car is ready to go. There's no actual engine to start. The amount of storage space available in a Tesla Model 3's trunk is very good. It's more than sufficient. And in addition, there is a small amount of space available in the front trunk, or frunk. But it is not nearly as substantial as this. This is very big for its size. There is even more room than you see at first glance in the Tesla's trunk, because there is a very large storage compartment underneath the trunk. Even the control to lock the doors is on the touch screen. That locks the doors, that unlocks them. The light went off when the charging was finished. The Tesla supercharger in Giddings obviously charges at a much higher rate than the previous ones I had used. This is insane. I'm getting over 500 miles of range for every hour I charge. This is awesome. This is far better than anywhere I have previously charged. 125 kilowatts. It says charging equipment not ready, and it has a learn more. But when I hit learn more, nothing happens, and it won't tell me why it's not ready or what I need to do about it. Once again, I have a ready to charge, and charging equipment may not be ready, but not telling me what the problem is. So it tells me ready to charge, charging equipment not ready, and I say learn more. It says ready to charge, charging equipment not ready, learn more, and I get nothing. The car says ready to charge and is not charging. But based on the fact that the other electric cars plugged in here are also not charging, I'm suspicious that this is the charging station and not the car itself. And after all of that, saying the car was ready to charge but wouldn't charge, It is actually charging.